Hello. Does Dell hear me well, loud and clear? I hope you guys can anyway, because if not, then we might have a bit of a problem. So please let me know if you guys can hear me all A-okay. Hey everybody, how you guys all doing tonight? Once again, my name is KG Prestige, and welcome everyone once again to another edition of the PokePod World Podcast. Yes, I heard that Battle Network. Oh man, Battle Network. I honestly believe, in my humble opinion, the Battle Network series is probably the best Mega Man side story we've ever gotten in general. It is just that good, man. Now, if only we can get a collection that I could actually own, that would be pretty awesome. I highly doubt they'll include the Star Force in that collection because that would be like 9 game totals, but I would still love to see a Mega Man Battle Network collection. I mean, 1 through 6, I don't know how they're going to handle the dual versions because that's one of the main cores that happened since 3 and onward. But I'm curious to see where they intend to go with that whole thing. Maybe that's the reason why they're delaying. Maybe they're trying to fuse everything together and make like a complete edition. I really don't know what they intend to do with that, but I'm looking forward to whatever shenanigans they have in store for us. So, folks, it's going to be an interesting one for tonight. As, in particular, there's not necessarily a lot that's going to be going down today. A lot of my buddies, of course, they're busy. They're doing their own shenanigans and whatnot. I'll be hopping into the call with them soon. But initially, we had planned to work on the dub opening, or not dub opening, I'm sorry, the dub CD of To Be a Master, you know, the one where Pikachu Jukebox was and all that. We had initially planned on doing that tonight, but we needed a little bit more time, and given the things that just been going down these past few days, you know, with everybody having their own personal things and lives to go through, we decided to kind of put that on hold, and you know, maybe not doing too many rankings literally week after week would not be such a great idea. You know, you want to kind of ease things nicely. You want to move things, you know, slow and steady. And given that we still have little information as to when we will eventually get our return into the PM 2019 series anyway, yeah, you know, we thought that it would be kind of smart to just, you know, take things a little easy for this week. And I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, sometimes you can't always just expect something new every single week. There's always going to be something different one after the next. But hoping that by next week we can probably work on that dub stuff. I'm once again not certain as to when we'll get to doing the ranking stuff, but hopefully it'll, you know, happen soon enough. I hope you guys also took the chance to watch the recent video I uploaded on the channel as well. You know, obviously trying to kind of get back into the swing of things for the, well, this YouTube side of thing. For some reason I was going to call it a TV series. It's like, no, it's not really. I had a lot of fun making that video. I saw somebody in particular in the chat who pointed out exactly the inspiration behind a couple of things with that. So I guess there's that. If you haven't had a chance to watch the video, I hope you guys do enjoy. There is also something pretty cool and a little bit of a disappointing kind of thing as well with that video. You might have noticed a little bit of some voice hiccups here and there. That mainly has everything to do with the recent RTX voice filter that was just released not too long ago. I don't know if you guys actually been putting much attention to that for the NVIDIA side of things, but NVIDIA had released a new RTX filter for voicing, and that is incredible. I actually have this thing. It's not on right now, but I do have the option here where it allows the voice to be picked up by the RTX, whatever it's called, the voice thing, and it picks up your voice and cancels out everything. There was a point when I was doing multiple clappings like you hear right now, and for like one clap you'll hear it, but then everything else after that, all the clapping is just straight up gone because it recognized your voice and recognized what is background noise. And to that, it is incredible. I don't know how far in regards to technology thing is with all this stuff. It's amazing. So did you do a live 2D thing for that video? You peeped that. Oh, Tesla, yeah, he also recently uploaded that reaction video. That was actually pretty awesome. I very happy to see that. Of course, he had to kind of tweak things up to where he could keep it free on YouTube and not get, you know, strike down and whatnot. Here's hoping, man. We don't want to ever see those things ever get taken down. So did you do that live 2D thing for that video? It is not actually a live 2D thingy. In fact, let me go and put this up right now for you if you want to check him out. Hold on, where's he at? Actually, where's my good boy? There he is. Look, see? He's just over there, just looking to the side. He's just a little cute lad right here. So yeah, it's a nice little cute thing. I love it so much. I would love to do a whole L Live 2D kind of thing. I know that's like a huge thing to kind of go with, obviously, but I would love to try that. I'm just happy that somebody worked on like animating that little image and gave it some life there. It worked really well with the background that I had it with in the video. But I would love to work on a live 2D segment. I think it looks pretty nice. And I will, I don't know what more to say than just looking forward to whenever I get a chance to do that. I'll make a live 2D of a character of myself. Yeah, one day I'll also try to see if I can commission anybody who works on live 2Ds. I don't know anybody who can, therefore I can't exactly commission them to do a live 2D, but I would really love to get my hands on one of those one day. Then I could be considered is it a VTuber? I don't really know what they call it, man. Oh man, well, whatever the case may be, I would love to just kind of poke fun with that, just to see how people would react to it. I honestly think it would be kind of hilarious and kind of cool too. Kind of make things a little different for my channel. At least I could say I'm like one of the only PokeTubers who's trying to do live 2D shenanigans. I'm pretty confident I'm not. I'm just saying that would just be kind of cool to kind of do. Anyway, let me go and hop into the call for tonight, and let's see how everybody else is doing, and we will go from there. All right? Hey there. Let me see if I can actually hear you. You there, buddy?
I hope so.
Yep, I hear you loud and clear. The first second I didn't, but now I hear you.
Yeah. Funny thing about the RTX voice thing, because it actually works in real time with the CUDA cores. And that what it's using is it actually uses real time logic, so that's why it'll work for a brief amount of time, but if let's say the clapping goes away and it happens like let's say 5 minutes later, it has to relearn. So it uses kind of like an AI learning using the CUDA cores, so it does use some processing power on the GPU, but it is pretty good. I mean, I might experiment with that because my 2060 is coming in the mail, coming via Amazon at the end of the week. So hopefully I'll be able to try that.
Nice.
So it is really neat. It is really cool. The only thing is, like I said, the only downside I'd say about it is the artifacting. But hey, it's not perfect. But it's still in beta. We'll see what happens with the final product. And what's that noise? Is probably me because I'm moving my I was moving my microphone. I was actually moving the stand here. So hold on a second because I wanted to adjust a few things here before we get started.
Oh my god, what the heck? What the hell is putting fireworks on right now? Just the fireworks just happened outside.
Well, they've been doing that for like the last 2 days over here, and it's like, Cinco de Mayo was like 3 weeks ago, and it's like, well, they couldn't get out now, and now they can.
More like Cinco de Mayo. Huh?
Oh, Tyrone.
Oh,
how you doing, Tyrone?
It's a good button, but
all right, today's Memorial Day. I forgot about that.
Why not? I mean, it's freaking. We honor every fallen veteran.
I honor them every day. How about that?
I know what KG meant. I knew he was like in good, like he was saying it in good faith, but it sounded like he was just trying to one up it. Like, I'm Memorial Day better than everyone. Fuck yeah.
I do that shit every day of my life.
I honor them every day. Like.
No, what's funny is actually Staten Island is trying to freaking try to open up before everyone else here in the city, and it's kind of like, what rights do you even have to even say that? First of all, if Staten Island opens, that means the Verrazano Bridge and the freaking the Pulaski Skyway is gonna get fucking jammed, and everybody's gonna flock over to freaking Staten Island. So it completely defeats the purpose. Why don't you just open up the damn region? You gotta wait, you know. They gotta wait another 2 weeks or whatever, and it's like, why can't you just wait? So
we've got some places opening up where I am too, and people definitely it's literally you give them an inch, they take a mile situation.
Yeah.
I went to the store only so that I can grab like some small things, and it was packed. It was literally defeating the entire purpose of what they were trying to do. And I hate lines in general. I hate lines even before we couldn't like go anywhere. So I was very peeved off. But yeah, so literally give them an inch, they take a mile. It's annoying.
King Money over here says, am I even allowed to be happy about my B-Day today? Every day, whenever it's your B-Day, you always have to be happy because it's another year that has come and gone. I
thought KG was going to say, I celebrate King Money's B-Day every day. Along with Veterans Day, along with Memorial Day.
Oh, God. I celebrate your birthday every day. Happy birthday and a happy early birthday for you when the day is over. Because your next birthday will be 364 days from now.
I'm glad you chose to listen to the PokePod during your birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And thank you, everybody, as well, for joining us here tonight. You know, obviously, tonight's session is going to be a nice little laid-back one. You know, we're just going to have a nice chit-chat with the community here just to kind of let the night go by. Because sometimes, every now and then, we don't always need to go into the chaotic side of things and have extreme back and forth banters about OPs and animes and whatnot. I just thought it'd be kind of fun every now and then to just sort of lay back a little bit, chat with you guys, and just answer questions that you might have for us, and hopefully it'll keep us going throughout the night, you know.
But before we do that, we must have to get the 800-pound gorilla in the room out of the way, and that is yesterday or earlier today, wherever that is, I guess, well, you could call it yesterday. The first 4 episodes of Pokemon Journeys aired in the United Kingdom. So that means we have episode 4 for the first time. And a lot of folks here haven't watched that because the Canadian... Now, here's the funny thing. The Canadian one is supposed to air... The Canadian broadcast of episode 4 is supposed to air on Saturday. But then after that, there was going to be a week gap where there's nothing. So everything from 5 to 12 will be on Netflix. Because by the time the 12th comes along, everything and all 12 are going to be released on Netflix in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a few thoughts about episode 4. Since most folks here haven't watched it, I'm just going to give you my brief summary. It has some of Sarah's worst performances in about 2 years, and some of them are about and one particular line during the Score Bunny and Pikachu fight is just about as bad as the no Snorlax from Battle Frontier.
No shit, we're going back in the day, are we?
That's going back, yeah. Also, it has the worst Goldfarb battle music ever. If you were to watch the scene, it's all over the place. It makes no sense. You have cases where you have a mid-tempo rock, and then all of a sudden the tempo just completely disintegrates into like strings. So it sounds like you're walking down the street and you hit the crack on the sidewalk and fall flat on your face. It's kind of akin to that. It's so jarring for that purpose. Also, well, yeah, it is because that's what it is. Also, 1XX. They only kept the last Hayashi track in the damn episode.
Somebody says, are we talking about worse than the circus music that you would normally hear from him?
Yeah, and also, by the way, folks, Batman is back, but I call this the chilled Galar Batman. So Batman is back in Galar. The
Galarian form.
The Galarian Batman. Yeah, that's back. The Batman riff is back.
What the hell are you? I'm Galarian Batman.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
No, he needs to get a British voice for Galarian Batman.
What are you? Tally-ho, little chap. I'm Galarian Batman. Yo, Uncle.
Yeah, but also, I was humming parts of the replaced background music, and KG says that one of the background musics kind of sounded like the Stranger Things theme. So
It
once
sounds
again,
like it. I swear to God, I'm telling you, that shit is like a bootleg version of the Stranger Things.
yeah, and you got to listen to it in real time. That was during towards the end where they're all at the scone stand. That's yeah. So again, the music is once again downgraded. It's like I said, it's some of the most unfitting music to ever grace a Pokemon series. It's like, again, I thought 1 and 2 were bad, and then 3 was an improvement, but 4 is right down in the shitter again.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Sunny Moon episode 8. I believe it was the egg episode. When Lily finally gets the egg for the first time and she brings it to her house. I believe for like the last few minutes of that episode, all the music was kept intact and everything. That's what it felt like for episode 3 for me. And now seeing that, we spiral back, this time even farther back to the traditional Goldfarb stuff with just keeping one track in the entire show. That is,
and it's the last one. You have to wait 18 minutes to get a Hayashi track.
Yeah.
And that is disgusting.
It is Sergi's favorite episode too, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, the voices are fine. I thought Nickit was okay. But I am not personally a fan of Scorbunny's voice. It's not I don't like that voice.
I'm really curious to see how the community is going to react to Scorbunny's English voice.
Oh man. Yeah, they're gonna find out more on Saturday.
Just made Scorbunny make generic rabbit noise, like nya nya or something. I don't know. I don't feel like it needed to say Scorbunny. I don't know.
I don't like some of that with the dub in particular.
I know some Pokemon say their names. That's fine. But some Pokemon just sound like animals. Like Charizard doesn't say Charizard. No, it just goes like.
Well, that's Shinichiro Miki. So that's his voice. That's the original voice. Because
I know. I'm just saying. Like some Pokemon, they make.
I actually remember. I have a video.
Rhyhorn doesn't make it doesn't say Rhyhorn.
I have a video. I have a video on YouTube I uploaded like 5 years ago. When I went to PokeCon 2015, and then it was a panel done by Tom Whalen, which was the second to last convention he did before the whole scandal thing happened, and he explained for like 45 minutes how he does the Pokemon voices.
So I watched some of the dub episodes of Pokemon Journeys as well, actually, and this is so weird. Outside of Professor Oak, Delia Ketchum, Ash Ketchum, and I think that's it. And Jesse and James probably. Well, although I haven't heard their voices yet. Actually, no, yeah, that's a lie. Yes, I did because of the Ivysaur episode. Outside of them, Go, Koharu, and Sakuragi, I like their voices, especially Sakuragi's for some reason. I don't know. It just sounds so natural.
It fits too well, man.
It's right. That's the problem. The problem is that they sound too normal. They could make a show all their own. Ash is so jarring in this one. And I know Sarah's doing better. Like, she's gotten better at Ash. But for some reason, in here, she's...
When you get, I guess the best way to say it is when you get such good voice talent actually coming into the scene, you'll start to notice a glare in difference from quality.
It's not even Sarah. It's her direction. Her direction is
that's the thing. The direction that they're given to her this time around is a little... I don't know, normal or basic?
She's going back to her, Pikachu. There's so many exciting Pokemon.
But oh god, the oh no, you're gonna see that clip on Kevin C's thing. Oh no, it's like, oh no, unenthused. Also Goldfarb found a way in the Go and Ash brushing the teeth segment. When Ash is brushing his teeth, it sounds like somebody decided, okay, let's make a sequence where it sounds like somebody's fucking bashing the shit out of a drum set randomly, like a drum kit. Yeah. It's like it doesn't fucking fit. It's really bad. And the other thing is, and I will say this because also episode 3 aired in Canada this past Saturday, is that the Rotom phone voices, I don't like them. They're very generic. Goes sounds like a very bad imitation of Siri,
I
and
thought that was the
Ash's,
intention.
yeah, but and then Ash's ones sound like, well, the male Siri voice. The thing is, though, as much as some people shit on Marina Eichholz on her performance as Go's Rotom phone, at least her voice has freaking, I guess, character. Unlike this one where it just sounds like they just sound so generic, and also the filter that they put on the decks on the Rotom phones voices, they sound like shit.
Especially for the male one, man. That one threw me off, and that's the one thing everybody was talking about in particular for that episode was the heavy breathing in that particular bit. That threw me off because I'm thinking to myself, what, phones can breathe? Because it's like heavy breathing. I'm not kidding. It's like the Pokemon that is presented here is like that kind of level of breathing, and it's like, damn, I am
sounds like
so.
The Pokedex is sounds like the Pokedex is almost out of battery or something. The Pokedex.
I mean, to be fair, it was stuck inside Ash's pocket the entire time, so of course it had to struggle for air, it being tightened in that spot. But
I'm talking about technology.
I know, and technology breathes. Like, imagine if Siri were to breathe every single time you talk to her.
Oh god.
Think of it like that. Yeah, the Pokedex random. Well, to be fair, there's like over 900 Pokemon now. So
and also going back to the Ivysaur episode for a second, there is a glaring error towards the end where you have Ash and Go next to the Ivysaur. You can actually hear the music having like abruptly changing volume while they're talking. Like they knew that the music was too loud. And it's like they did it for that one section, and all of a sudden when they stop talking, the music volume goes right through the roof again. So yeah, the audio mixing department, I don't know. They must have hired them out of the street for fucking $10. It's not a masterpiece of audio mixing. And I don't know whose fault is that. It might be Inuno in Burbank that's doing that. But realistically, the audio mixing is some of the worst in the entire series.
what the
It
heck?
just doesn't sound good. And it comes from the same point that in episode 2 they had the music overrun Sakuragi's voice.
Mm.
So again, I don't know who gave him the green light to do this, but I guess, once again, TPCI is cheap and they don't know what the hell quality check is. So I feel that it's really a shame.
It's just so weird because like it's such a contrast where you can hear it like in the scene with Professor Oak when he's telling Ash that he needs to hurry to make it to Sakuragi's lab before the presentation. And it's so jarring to hear Professor Oak still sound like the "you better get a move on, Ash." And then right after that, Sakuragi's like, "For as long as we can remember, Pokemon and people have been like," it's like, what? You sound normal. Why does Professor Oak sound so fucking goofy? Like it's so jarringly contrast, and like you said with the audio mixing, and I know unfortunately I think we're in an era now where the dub will never retain like the glory that it had in terms of like making the characters sound natural. It's just
well, not only that,
it's really sad to see that there's a select few characters that are, because that means it's possible. But for some reason, I don't even know. Are they getting different directions than Sarah? Like that makes no damn sense.
yeah, because technically they're recording in both New York and California.
Well, wait, who's doing the California one? Sarah?
Iuno.
Oh,
Iuno Burbank is the studios.
so that's the one in California.
That's the one in California, and then they're still doing, and then
So where's Sarah
located? New York.
So Sarah's in New York.
Because in the credits they specifically say that there's two voice directors. There's two sections. There's one in Iuno Burbank, and then there's one in New York, because Alan Gus is still the sound engineer.
So Sarah's in New York, and like the others, I guess, were probably in California, where all the
Yes.
talent is.
Yes.
Oh, got
Oh,
it.
so that explains it.
I
Yeah.
know. So.
Hey, sorry, I just jumped in.
Yeah, we were just talking about how in the dub, character like Ash, Delia, and Professor Oak, James, Jesse, and Meow sound kind of like out of place because Koharu, Go, and Sakuragi actually sound really natural, and it's really good to listen to them. Like literally listening to them made me like kept me in the dub because otherwise I would have axed out a while ago when I was watching the episode because Ash, man, I don't Sarah. It was like 5 steps forward, 4 steps back, or something. I don't know what happened to her.
It sounds like if you're having like two different voice directors probably have different expectations. That
Yeah,
could probably do.
That does make sense actually, because they would probably like have two for each individual area. So one in New York and then the other in the other area. You know.
yeah.
I would think it'd probably be more convenient if they have the same voice director. But the only bad part is the voice director had to fly back and forth from California to New York, which is that's
Well,
like huge haul.
and also you got to remember that they're different. They're in different rooms. They have different microphone levels, and that's why things can be much different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would like to also take this time to thank J-Man6080. What he has done right now was he has done the some of the PM 2019 music indexing, and we have some new stuff on the website on pm.net.
Yeah, we got like
we have
44 tracks now, don't we?
Yes, and I'm gonna see what episode he did up to. I think it was 14, if I remember correctly. Let me look right now. I'm gonna check for you guys right now. No, actually, it's up to episode 12.
Oh wow!
No,
So basically,
episode-
like
hold on.
the first season of Pokemon Journeys.
Well, almost. He did up to. I'm looking at right now because I'm looking at the music tracks. He has done until episode 10. He has done the first 10 episodes. You can check it out on our page on PocketMonsters.net. If you go to anime and then you go to Pocket Monsters 2019, and then go to the music section, you will have the names or unofficial names of the tracks indexed. So you'll have the first 10 episodes of the new series indexed, along with, as always, the audio samples. And we thank and we give a lot of gratitude to J-Man6080 for doing that for us, as we have illegal fireworks going on in the background. See, they approve. See, they approve of the background music, but not Gold Fox music.
They're
Actually-
honoring the OST.
Yeah. Also, they're playing fireworks over here too earlier.
Yep.
Mm.
But overall though, I'm not really excited about the direction the dub has taken. They found a way to make it worse to watch, especially like I said with episode 4. When more people get to watch episode 4, you'll see what I mean. But like I said, that was probably the worst music ever in a battle sequence. I thought the freaking the driving marimba xylophone thing from Sun and Moon was bad. This is worse.
Damn.
Yeah, it is absolute. It's a travesty. At least the only positive thing is they didn't try to use the freaking the Japanese loot the Japanese loot patch again, because that would have been freaking out of place even more than what everything else is. So but I'm hoping that they'll listen out and then maybe they'll make corrections and adjustments, but probably not until at least the next batch of episodes, as in from 13
Hey, there is one
onwards.
good thing about the dub.
What's
It's a
that?
big world, but you know how to find me.
Oh.
The open,
Happening.
the opening is the best part of that series, unfortunately.
But there is some bright news, ladies and gentlemen, with that though. It was confirmed a while ago that there will actually exist a full version of that song that will be releasing, as EB mentioned in the chat, on June 12th, the same day it launches on Netflix. And that to me is incredible because personally, I think this is one of the best Pokemon songs we've gotten in a very, very long time for the dub side of things,
So
man.
fucking catchy.
I
know. I
really
was like,
hope. I really hope the dub lives up to the expectations of the TV size.
I do too. I actually was like surprised when I heard it the first time. I was like, oh my god, like, this is good. I was like kind of like dreading to say, oh, what's gonna be now? Because I did not like any of the Sun and Moon ones.
Yeah. You know, the
Any of
only
the
thing I
Gold Frog
don't like
openings are
about
kinda
it though,
shit anyway.
I just don't like that they had to use clips from the show itself to
Yeah.
actually make the opening
Yeah.
when there are clearly enough footage to use from the opening itself to make the song. You
And
know?
Yeah, and it kind of felt a little out of place to me, to be honest.
90% of it is using the freaking stuff from the opening, so I'm trying to figure out why they didn't.
90, that shit
Yeah.
was like 33%.
No, they used oh yeah, the Lugia stuff is not from the opening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was used as a Lugia moment, but like, you know. As somebody says, rather hear Ruby music over that. Now, speaking about music though, I got happy. I think it was yesterday. I got early up out of bed because around that time, I know this is unfortunate news for Xenoblade fans, but there was a nice twist to it. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is coming out later this week on the 29th, if I'm correct. And I'm so looking forward to actually playing that game. That's going to be a lot of fun to go through the world with Monado Boy. But aside from that, though, somebody actually went out of their way to grab the entire soundtrack from the game and uploaded it online. I was so happy because I got a chance to hear the remastered. Yeah, they actually remastered almost all the tracks in the game, and they sound phenomenal. If you haven't heard the Xenoblade music before and you listen to it now, I'm going to say right now off the bat, the remastered version does everything that it can and perfects what is already, to me personally, a fantastic soundtrack and just adds more oomph to it. Like, they added some brass in certain songs, like the main battle song, You Will Know Our Names. That oh my god, it's so good. I love it. It's perfect to me. So once again, everybody, get Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition when it drops later this week. If you need a game to play on the Switch, that's a perfect one to try out. It's a great JRPG game that I think many fans will grow to love and understand why this game was considered to be one of the best JRPGs of the past decade, man.
And there's some other good news. Yesterday, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe lifted the state of emergency in Japan. So we're going to probably see people going back to work. So I'm hoping that means that work will resume on the anime that we love, including PM 2019. So we can only hope that, we'll get an announcement, we'll get like an official announcement, and maybe people will start going back to work. And then we finally can actually do shit on this channel rather than freaking doing lists and arguing for about 6.5 hours.
Hey, listen, man, those arguments were some of the best.
It's entertainment. Yeah, that's right. But we're hoping that. But I still find it really funny that Yokai Watch Jam has not taken a serious break, because I'm pretty sure that they have a different workflow than other series.
I assume they're probably way done in advance for a lot of the things. There might be a delay later, but I don't think there's going to be one now.
Well, the thing is, though, most of the people in the credits are actually Korean.
Mm-hmm.
And Korean and Vietnamese, so maybe their their things relaxed, because right now they're still going to be airing episode 21 at the end of the week. So they're the only major anime franchise right now that's actually airing new episodes.
That is bizarre.
While everybody else is not. It is really bizarre, but
Tower of God, the show I'm watching right now, doesn't give a damn about the virus. They're popping episodes out every week.
How are you thinking about that show, by the way, Tyrone?
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, because I believe it was a webcomic or something like that before.
Yeah, it was a webcomic first.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that will actually tie into like future content for other web series out there. Somebody says Tyrone is because the episodes are already done though, so that's
Donnie.
Good. Well, that's good. Now I'm glad we have some COVID animes.
Yeah. Also, another one in particular, seeing yesterday for me. Still liking that show.
I accidentally said the word, so bleep me out.
It's the co-video games,
The COVID
co-op video games.
Damn it, Bobby! Stop playing those COVID games.
You know, that does sound like something you would say.
Damn it, Bobby! You gave me the corona, Bobby.
Fruit Basket is still going. Yeah, that's also going too. Surprisingly, I'm not that hyped with this season's of Fruit Basket. I don't really know what it is about it. I'm enjoying it, but there's just not much hype for it for me, despite knowing that this is all new content, you know. But I think it might also just be because of all the chaos that's going on right now in the world itself that's just also affecting me is with some of the anime. But there are some good ones this season, though. I'm being honest. There are some pretty good ones, and while there is some unfortunate ones that had to get delayed till summertime, it is still nice to see some still stick around for this season. Some people mentioned in the chat, you know, Tower of God, My Next Life as a Villainess, Fruits Basket, Kaguya-sama, you know, to name a few. I'm looking forward to just whatever new shows they got for the next season, though. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's unfortunately got delayed, and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's to me was a shocker.
Digimon delayed right when they were going to begin the damn series.
Damn.
Weird plug-in. We actually, Natalie, a friend of mine, and actually a friend of ours, we got together along with another Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber, and we did a discussion on the first 5 episodes.
Ooh,
right.
Is it up though?
Oh, nice.
Not yet. It'll be coming out in the near future. So I'm just giving everybody a preview of what's to come, because we watched all 5 episodes, and yes, a Yu-Gi tuber, if you will.
Is
If
it?
you
Yeah,
will,
YouTuber. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So that'll be content for the future. I just have to finish editing it.
Oh, looking forward to it, man. I'm interested to see more content just spread out amongst others. You know, it's great to see some variety be spread out in the community.
Yeah. Any other animes that have either come out or been confirmed to come back? Or
You know what's the
something?
only unfortunate part for me with this whole thing? A lot of songs that I've been looking forward to for openings or endings have also been delayed too. So I'm a little bummed out by that. But you know, aside from that though, that's pretty much it for me anyway for the anime side of things. You know, I'm just looking. I'm enjoying the shows right now. I just want to keep that in mind. But I'm also looking forward to whatever they have ahead in the future, as long as the delay does not happen. I know a lot of anime shows that were planned to release this year have unfortunately been pushed back all the way to 2021 due to the events that are happening right now. And while that is unfortunate, you know, I'm just glad that the safety of these people are at least being the ones focused on first, more than anything else.
And if anything, it has made me actually think about, you know, going back and watch older series. Like I've been, like for example, me and Nessa and also Epika have been watching. Well, we've been watching like Kanto and Pokemon, right? They've been watching in English. I've been watching in Japanese. And to be perfectly honest, because I actually paid for Netflix to do this, which is kind of sad and heroic at the same time. But you know, going back and actually being able to go and get the Japanese closed captions, actually really focus on it, it's giving me it's like a refreshing look, because well, the last time that I've watched those were Raw back in like 2005, 2006, where I didn't know any Japanese at all. And just to go back now that I know more of the language, it's a much better experience for me. And since they have the 81 episodes up there, I want to, you know, blow them out and get through them.
Hey,
Byron?
Bitty Bits! Thank you so much for the
Bits
Bitty
from
Bits.
Lightning. Thank you,
Thank you
Lightning.
so much for that, Lightning.
Oh,
I
go ahead, Nessa.
was gonna tell you. You were saying that Ash sounded like he was from Kanto or something, like an actual accent. I remember you. saying that.
It was the actual the really early episodes have Satoshi sounding like a real kid from Kanto, the Kanto region of Japan, because it has like the kind of the verbal speech pattern associated with that. Some of them survived past Kanto and Orange, but a lot of it was toned down. but some of those remnants remain because that's part of his character.
Hmm.
But in the early days, it was really hard line. It was a really hard line Kanto dialect.
I was gonna say that explains it some of the real like the first episodes, because I remember like when I heard, I think that watching like Pokemon I Choose You in Japanese, I was like, damn, like he sounds so different from what I'm so used to hearing. So like, and I kind of and I was kind of remember like I remember Veronica Taylor, the one in the dub. I guess since I'm more used to the dub, I was like, I guess they made it sound that episode better in English, but I guess it's just me though. But I didn't realize they did that type of stuff back in the day when they first started this show.
The funny thing is, Veronica's voice when she delivered Ash's lines were actually lower sounding than what Rika did, and Rika has a lower timbre of voice than Veronica does.
Huh, interesting.
It's super deep. He was all like, Professor Oak was like, "This is Pikachu," and he's like, "It's so cute. It's the best of them all."
Oh my god! No. Also, I was like, the damn Pokédex is so savage.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Yeah, he was so damn savage. I was like, holy shit! I was like, I couldn't believe he was talking.
Rattata will steal food from stupid.
Travel.
Well, yeah, I mean that's essentially like verbatim for what the Japanese had.
Yeah. Wait, is this thing saying I'm stupid?
Pokedex responds yes.
No, I was like, I just realized like the Pokedex though, he was more involved. Like the Pokedex was more so involved in the first several episodes, but as time went on, though, he's just supposed to just said what Pokemon.
Well, yeah, I mean, even
encyclopedia at that point.
I mean, at this junction, because I'm at like I'm now getting into the 8th episode. The first 7 episodes, the Dex entries were like all over the place because it was introducing it as, just introducing it by name and just talking, and another one's like Pocket Monster. Let me see, Pocket Monster PP or something like that. It was like,
wow.
Yeah. So it was completely. And by the way, that's Clefairy.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No small PP shit. No, it's stupid garbage. Stupid garbage.
One more time.
Whatever.
That's hilarious.
Pocket Monster PP.
Pocket Monster PP.
I mean, I think that's what it was. But the whole fact of the matter is, they didn't know for the Zukan what direction they wanted to go in terms of the entries. So it was like all over the place. It would actually change within like the episode itself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what it is. So as I'm getting further along, I can start to see everything get molded up, like and I've known this for like at least the last decade or so, that Nyat's thing, that the whole catchphrase that it has is like Neko ni Koban, or like it's a freaking Japanese proverb, as the dogs see.
Yep.
They don't like the cats. But yeah, that was actually changed later on. So you don't hear like Neko ni Koban. I mean, it's like the cat. It's like a cat coin thing. It's if you look at I think Dogasu has a write up on that. If you want to read up more about that, but yeah, they changed it a lot.
And also, I think, and also finding out too that apparently now they subbed like all 81 episodes. I wanted to rewatch Cancel in Japanese because I was kind of curious how that's go, how that side of things work. Because I only seen like quite a few episodes, not I think the majority I didn't see them. Only the ones I was pretty interested, I saw them in Japanese. And there was like one episode right now. I'm thinking right now, I was like, was it the same in like in English or to Japanese? But I think it was like later. It's later on though. It's not like right away. I'm trying to like, I can't remember because right now I'm watching Johto, and there are like some things I'm wondering like, did they really say that in Japanese, or I could be or like some things were edited. Oh, there we go. No, some things that were edited. I want to say like one of them I was watching today was like the Charasix Valley for Johto. And then I guess when I hit things, like I saw stars, but I was like saying to myself, did it really put stars on there, or was it just in the Japanese version, or was that edited?
That's a good question. You could give me the episode and you said the chart. Yeah, okay. You
Yeah, it's
give me
like
the you give me the timestamp. Yeah, you give me the timestamp for that. I'll go ahead and I'll go
okay.
ahead and
I'll probably
I'll
go.
look at that because the thing though is a lot of the dialogue changes really didn't really take effect until late Kanto
Yeah.
because that's when 4Kids like really freaking started to buckle down and actually play around with the stuff to varying degrees of success.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I did notice from like the early episodes though, they kept a lot of the Japanese music.
yes.
Like you could definitely tell like it wasn't altered as much. And then it's definitely once you get to second season, then they start adding like more of like their own spins to it.
Mhm.
Like I know one of them I just recently saw was like the lights camera question, and then I heard the insert of the Pokemon remix playing in the background. I remember seeing that one in Japanese, and they definitely put a way different song in there. But that's when they started to change a bit.
Right.
And I believe Go West Young Meowth. I also saw that episode too. I believe that was translated. They just didn't the background music was kept the same, but they just translated whatever it was that was from the Japanese version.
Mm.
But I think that was like something that I really was like surprised. But then definitely once you get to like further to Orange Islands and Johto, they definitely did some like background music changes for sure. Like you could tell because I recognize that's from the first movie.
Yeah, that's and that's why it's like most of like the Johto tracks you really don't hear that in the 4Kids stuff because they at this point they pretty much changed a lot of things, and also again with the paint editing they started to go crazy with it at that point. So yeah. And then there's other things. Like I said, I'm actually on like an unofficial mission right now because I heard a rumor about 10 years ago that the low quality of Johto's animation has to do with outsourcing to like South Korea. And one of the episodes that we watched last night was PM 241, which is the episode that Poly Whirl evolves into Poly Toad. And there are very questionable there's questionable quality differences even between scenes. And I was wondering, and I looked through the credits, and it's like the same 3 animation studios that had done or in between animations that have worked on it since the beginning. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense unless they're trying to train new people, or like getting getting people used to the digital animation that would come like 20 episodes later. And it just doesn't flow right. Like there's some scenes where you see all of their faces and the eyes are just so far spread out apart. And then there's some that look quote unquote normal. So that is going to be my goal in the next several months. I want to do more research into it, where I want to see who did the animation.
Who done did it?
Yeah, because there's definitely a quality drop in like the mid to late Johto just before they switched over to digital paint in 263, which is Nanako and Elekid. So that's going to be a little research project that I'm going to have, a little challenge that I'm going to do for myself. But that's going to come after I rewatch Kanto, because I haven't rewatched Kanto in about 15 years. So I'm really looking forward.
If you get to episode 14, like, can I watch it with you?
Wait, which one's that?
No, in Kanto.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't have the closed caption for that, but yeah, well, we could watch it. I have it. I have all the. Sure. I mean, we could watch it together. That's no big deal.
And I was like, my other friend started watching Cancel. Then she did 20 episodes in one night. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of figured once. I saw like on Twitter, like they saw that episode. I'm like, damn you! Like I kind of figured.
The end of the match. What? Nani.
That was fun. That was a fun watch. Nani. No, actually, when I was watching Cancel also too, like I kind of noticed the animation style changed also like fairly mid first season.
Sure,
Yeah.
I definitely noticed that because I was like, because the beginning one it seems pretty consistent, but once we get hit like past, I want to say Koga, around those episodes, and I started noticing like, oh, there's a style change there.
Well, yeah, because before Porygon, they had like all of these effects with the electrics, and also they had a lot of flashing effects when the Pokemon come out of the Pokeball.
Show
they
me
had
the
to-
strategy we taught our Pikachu's a strategy, huh? So you have no way to lose.
Well, actually, fun fact though, I remember I think the first time I watched Electric Showdown, I brought it onto my computer like around it was like 12 years ago. I remember when I watched it in the dark, the Japanese version, I did the biggest mistake. Basically, I watched in the dark and I actually got nauseous because of so much of the electricity flying.
Yeah, but that's probably the edit. That's probably even the edited version because the original version would be the one. The funny thing is, the original version of that episode is actually on Hulu, Japanese Hulu.
Oh, I was like, is it the original one that were for some reason with the animation with Raichu?
Yes, because what ended up happening is the electric attacks have like the little accentuation flashing on the side of it, like the Thunderbolts had like little like tiny electrical pulses coming out of it. Yeah, that was the pre-edit. Hulu Japan, when they started in 2012, they had the original rebroadcasts of those shows. That's why if you look on pm.net, there actually is an edit. There actually is a weird change that they made in Holiday Alpoco or Beauty and the Beach, and that is at the very beginning when you have Kasumi hitting Satoshi with the Master Ball beach ball. You see like you see a still shot of Kasumi in a bikini, and then you have Pikachu next to her with a scroll that says Nipponichi or #1 in Japan, and that was edited to a generic like round strike symbol in later versions, and we didn't know that until the Hulu stuff came out in 2012. And interestingly enough, it's also the Hulu versions. The Hulu version of the Imite House, episode 37, with Duplica. It's the only one. It's the only existing copy that's the only existing high quality copy or relatively high quality copy of the Porygon preview.
Oh wow!
And that's it. Because I remember the Porygon preview was originally online at around 2001, 2002, but it was like a very low quality real media video.
Yeah.
But when Hulu did that, had the episode up had that episode 37 up in 2012, you finally got to see the Porygon preview, and even in the series description, they specifically say due to circumstances, episode 38 is not available. So Porygon exists, but it's just that they can't show it.
Huh? Interesting.
So
I know this has. I was gonna say I know this has nothing to do with what's going on right now, but I'm just curious, real quick, about your opinions on this, as well as everybody in the chat as well to be included in this conversation. Have you guys learned about the term Karen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody should know what the term Karen stands for. We're not saying the name Karen. We're talking about the term that's being used right now.
Yeah.
Okay, because apparently the Karens are coming out into the wild again, especially here in New York City. Because I'm on Twitter right now, and I see a hashtag trending that says hashtag Karen strikes again. And this time it's focused here in NYC, specifically in Central Park. And man, does this piss me off the more I begin reading about it. I will love to talk a little bit about this for a second, because I need people to understand just the realism that we have in this world, because my God, man, I am baffled with this.
Oh, there's a lot of them though. Is this something with the dog?
Yes, specifically with the dog that just happened not too long ago, just like maybe a few hours ago.
Dog interrogation?
Yes, the dog was in the interrogation, and it wasn't like as if it was a joke. No, that shit actually happened where they left the dog with the cops because the cops confiscated the dog from the owner due to the fact that the woman began trying to play that game of making herself be the victim when in reality she's the one that's causing the chaos to unfold in the park. She has a statement here where she starts saying, "I'm going to call the cops and tell them an African American man is threatening my life." And when she actually calls the cop, you hear her voice suddenly shift into like the whiny, voice that most people might be familiar with. Where they try to make themselves have that victim voice, like, oh, they're the ones that are being threatened.
Oh,
Oh, they're the ones.
1-800 victim too. No.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's doing this clearly seeing the man filming the whole thing and knowing that there is evidence there, and you see the puppy being strangled as all
my
of this
God.
is unfolding.
I'm actually watching this right now. I'm like, oh my God, the hell.
Yeah, so you see this woman choke her dog while calling 911 to falsely accuse an African American man of attacking her. It's just mind-blowingly just dumb, and I'm so sickened by the reality that we are in right now.
And that Karen is now on one of those freaking fireworks that's being blown up right now. So that's
I hope, man.
Oh my God, that makes me upset though. Almost like it's poor dog though. The poor dog suffocating because you're like pulling it like from the collar, and he's clearly suffocating.
Exactly. On the bright side, though, we did get some good news out of it. Everybody who has made this trend and has made this blow up through social media has managed to find the person via their official name, get the dog away from them, and return it back to the area where the dog was first, kept at in a shelter area. So the dog is now brought back to its rightful spot with the shelter and whatnot. So now from there, hopefully the dog will be able to encounter a brand new family to live with, one that actually will care about the dog and not strangle while falsely accusing people of things that don't necessarily need to be accused of. And it's shit like this that just really makes me mad to see that even throughout this whole pandemic that we're in right now, no one really gives a shit. It's always about them at the end of the day. Nobody ever cares about it.
The same jackasses that want to go outside without a mask. And it's like, well, I'll be alive and I'll be dancing on your coffin.
Yeah, well, actually, no. Specifically, the lads. You know which lads they're going to be dancing.
The Ghana people will dance on your coffin, and I will laugh at you.
Oh boy. I did go for like a nice. My parents wanted to go to a show to a lake that's not far from here, and then my mom freaked out because there were so many people not wearing a mask. No one was social distancing either. And then I have my 83-year-old dad, who's like, because like he's obviously his health is kind of frail, so it's like we don't want to get him sick. And then the moment we saw that, my mom was like, "Oh nope." She really turned around and left the park. There was too many people there, and nobody was doing. And they were like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure as the weather gets warmer, people don't give a damn, and everyone's so over it. They're just saying, "Oh yeah, we're outside. We're safe. We don't have to worry about the coronavirus."
No, we have to worry about people.
Yeah, and also we got stares too because we were one of the few people only wearing masks.
The moral of the story is, saying it in the bad Italian accent, "Don't be an asshole."
Now, simple, straight, and to the point. Everybody needs to acknowledge that, and this is something I really want people to understand: is that we just need to stop this shit, man. I know it's never going to stop. Let's be real here. It never will.
Fucking masks don't cause fucking CO2 poisoning. Yeah, you can shove that up your ass.
I know that stuff. I know that stuff like this will never change. I guarantee.
Yeah, it won't because people wear masks all the time in Japan. Like you go to Japan, even before stuff happened. I was there. I was in Japan during February, and it was a high chance of the regular flu, and everybody was wearing a mask, and I didn't understand back then. That was like February. That was last February, not this past February, but the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
I got sick coming back home on the plane on the Singapore Airlines plane. And then I realized now with all the stuff going on, the reason why it's so under control in parts of Asia is because they wear masks, and the masks do work. And also the masks are there for like hay fever and stuff too. So that's another thing. So
also too, what did it for? I remember hearing like about like 4 or 5 years ago, Japan and South Korea also were pretty hit hard. They have their own pandemic kind of thing that happened a few years back.
I know for one of them, I think it has something to do with the power plant leakage or something like that. I don't know if it was a power plant leakage or a nuclear leakage that happened. I think it was in Japan in particular that it happened.
Well, that's the Fukushima one because it was because of the Tohoku earthquake 2011.
Yeah, that one, yes. Mm-hmm. I remember hearing about that a while back. And, you know, it's just a bummer.
That was the reason why we didn't get the Galactic arc, but sorry, the Plasma arc.
Plasma, yeah.
Plasma. Again, I keep freaking swapping them together. But but yeah.
Yeah, so overall, everyone, just continue to do the kind things in life, you know.
That's what I said at the beginning.
It's not about you, it's about everybody.
That's what I said at the beginning was like when we were talking about, it's like that you give people an inch and they're literally taking a mile.
Yeah, and it's just aggravating, man. You would think in times when everybody needs to be together, when everybody needs to work together to survive a pandemic that's ongoing, that we don't know if it'll even disappear, that people would try to work with one another and put differences aside for once and make a change that could potentially help save our planet. Because if we don't soon, well, it's bye-bye and game over for us, man. We literally are less than a decade away from fixing our planet up, and who knows when all that will, you know, get resolved, if it ever does. So once again, just continue to do the kind things in life.
Yeah, it's a minor inconvenience now, but you'll thank us later.
Exactly. It's the long game, you know. You have to do that.
Nah, it's gonna be like the new normal probably for a while. It's not gonna be like it's not. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna no one's gonna take away the mask. They're gonna be like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen going forward is that I think it'll encourage mask wearing during the winter months because that's when the regular influenza is engaged, and you know, you don't want, and like I said, it prevents like the mutation and the spread. So maybe that'll actually convince people that okay, maybe during the wintertime we can wear them, and then once it dissipates, then in the summertime you'll be able to go outside without it.
Yeah,
and I think I'm hoping that that's the case. And now that we know that a lot of the PPE equipment is going to be manufactured here in the U.S., there's not going to be a risk of running out of PPE. So at the end of the day, you know, these little the cloth masks, you know, at the end of the day, they help out everybody. You're doing this not only for yourself, but doing for people who can't wear a mask, because there are legitimate reasons. Nessa knows that as a medical technician in her own field, there are cases where you cannot wear a mask due to medical problems or medical issues, and that's perfectly fine. They can't wear a mask because they cannot. They have a health problem that they cannot. That means if you are perfectly healthy, wear a fucking mask and do the favor and keep the things, you know, and keep everybody safe. So that's what it is. And if you don't want to wear a mask, I hope you like the Grim Reaper, because that's who you're going to be seeing.
I just thought of that one video I saw where she kind of tried to pretend that she has a health condition and try to get into the store.
Yeah.
That's Staten Island video.
I was like, oh no, not that one. No, there was it was like I think in California though, but she was trying to tell the manager that she has a health condition, but then he was saying he can't come in without a mask, and she was just going like, and then she started going crazy saying like that. She's like, I have a health condition that I can't disclosure. Like I can't tell you what it is.
What?
Yeah.
That is none of your business-itis,
Yeah.
Very rare disease.
Very unique. Like, wow. And then she was.
It's probably called Karen syndrome.
Yeah, and then she was threatening his manager, but the manager was telling her like, I can get your stuff for you and pay for you, or like ask for his credit card. And he was offering it, and she kept saying she kept refusing. But he was trying to help her out, but she just kept refusing. Like
That's because they're self-centered motherfuckers. So
yeah,
that's what it is.
I know. If I find a video, I'll share it to you. But it's like everywhere when I watch like those like videos, like they're like one of the highlight videos that of people acting out.
Yeah. So, but the moral of the story is, like I said, just wear a mask, not just for yourself, but the other people around you, because it's a difference of life and death. Because if you don't go around and you go without a mask, you're openly admitting that you want to kill somebody,
And that's no good.
and that's no good.
No good indeed. So, I know we normally would take this opportunity right now to sort of do a topic for tonight on the very end of our, hour 2, because that's how we normally handle these things for the pod. But as I mentioned before, we don't really have anything in mind. However, I still want us to have a little bit of fun while, doing a small Q&A kind of content here with the chat. If they had any questions that they would love for us to answer to any of us here in the call, whether it be for me, Nessa, Tyrone, TSS. But I also want to take this opportunity to also talk about a Pokemon trend topic that I've been seeing a couple of days. Actually, today, of all things. Asha stings. Really, Tyrone?
No.
Oh, no. I thought you were pulling a pun, by the way, Tyrone.
Oh, no, I didn't. I just misspelled something.
No, okay. But... Good job. Things will be asked, don't worry. But before we get to that, though, I want to ask you guys, because this is the hot topic that everybody's going through today. I want you guys to go take a look over here. We're going to go and move the page real quick. We're going to go and take a look at what is the starter Pokemon over here.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate them all. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
My question for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is...
Oh, no.
All right.
Out of all the starter Pokemon... Oh, E-Call. Somebody says E-Call, really? Oh, no. Echo.
That's
Oh,
on your end.
Nice.
okay. How about now, though? How about now? I forgot about that, actually. There we go. I think it should probably be off now. Better. Okay.
Whoops.
He said better.
There's a thing. Okay, I completely forgot. I don't know if you guys recall this before, but I mentioned I had the RTX voice filter on specifically for this page here. So that's what happened. So both my regular mic and the RTX filter were playing at the very same time, which is why this audio voice was heard just now. So right now it's just a regular mic. I could probably switch it to the RTX one. I don't know how it's going to sound in particular. But the question I had in mind is, as you can see right here in this image, you'll see all of the starter Pokemon right there present for you. My question to each of you guys, we're going to go at it one by one. I want you guys to answer me this question. Which starter Pokemon from this entire batch that you have right here do you consider to be the worst of them all?
Turtwig.
The worst?
The worst of the worst. I'm talking about the absolute last place.
Are we basing this also off of what they turn into eventually?
Yes, we're talking about the entire collection for them.
Just
You mean
Turtwig.
like for the games or just for the
Turtwig.
games?
Just in
Followed by-
general, Nessa. Just in general.
Turtwig followed by Chikorita. Chikorita's not on the
No.
bottom.
Why do y'all have something against the grass type?
Yeah,
There's
for
nothing-
real. Have you guys forgot this thing called Tepig?
And Chespin. I know Chespin.
And the Galar Pokemon. I mean, for
Well,
real.
that's the third. That's the third
Galar
word.
Pokemon?
No, the
Hella
Galar
drizzle,
Pokemon are
buddy.
actually decent. No, the Galar Pokemon are actually
tell ya.
decent.
No, but the middle form is so disgustingly bad, man. It just puts it in last place.
I love Chikorita, so that's not gonna change. I like Turtwig outside of the anime.
I mean, it's the weak. I mean, it's the second weakest for me, but it's like.
I know Chikorita though. I want to say probably like because in the anime they made it look Chikorita so tough and cute, but then in the games it's not the
I'm
best.
basing
Like,
it
once
off-
it involves like
I mean-
the game.
I
I
mean,
use Chikorita in every playthrough of Gold, Silver, and Crystal.
I don't because I like to not lose. But-
Yeah, no, I remember I chose Chikorita as
Oh,
a
if anything
starter.
that helps
It
prove
was
my point, I do because I like the challenge.
No, I would say Totodile is actually more of a challenge because it doesn't know real water move and even
Chikorita's weak to the first gym.
Totodile only has freaking like rage.
Totodile doesn't run into any weaknesses in any of the games.
Yeah, but it's also it levels up slower.
I'm telling you.
Also, I'm not. Also,
Rita approaching it is the hardest.
Also, I'm not the exactly biggest fan of the Fennekin line.
How could you? You broke my heart there, buddy.
No, I like Fennekin and Braixen. I don't care.
Yeah, I hate Delphox.
Yeah, Delphox. Yeah, Delphox I don't like because I was like I don't like the final evolution.
Okay.
But then Fennekin didn't.
I should reiterate. I hate the Delphox when it's 3D. The animation side saves Delphox for me.
Yeah, for the 2 appearances that I think it shows up in the anime.
No, it also showed up with what was her name again?
It showed up in the movie, and then it showed up. Oh yeah, and then there's Aria's.
Aria.
Yeah, Aria's. There you go. She has one because she originally started with Braixen.
You see Aria.
I like the Braixen. I think Braixen are the best fiddle line. So that's why I was like.
Yeah, Aria shows. It's actually funny. Aria shows up with the Fennekin too, like when in her debut when she does the little VR videos.
Mm-hmm.
Inspires Serena to do a VR video, and then she evolves her Fennekin into Braixen like immediately after.
And I'm glad it never evolves into Delphox, honestly.
Yeah, and then they have a battle. Well, they have a battle. It's evolved into Delphox by that point, and Serena's is a Braixen. I like that little attention to detail that they both started off with Fennekin.
You know what would have been a nice little like somber song for Serena's character development, especially with Braixen? Because I recall correctly, Braixen fought against Ash at like the very end of the series, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's literally the second to last battle.
I would have loved it if Braixen evolved then and there, honestly. I thought that would have been a great way to kind of pay things off for Serena's character.
I wouldn't.
Oh shoot! And no, I already was looking at the Snivy line too just now.
Oh yeah, did you know that?
I like Superior. I like Superior.
I like Snivy. I don't like Servine, but I do like Superior.
Servine is that weird Snivy one in the middle.
Yeah.
I could roll with it. It's not.
I want you guys to see why I hate the middle evolutions for Galar. Let me give you guys Exhibit A. This thing that they call an abomination. Look at this.
I didn't know the names you were talking about.
Who in their right mind thought that blue and puke green and dark blue and a hint of purple with that weird shuckle-looking head would be a perfect candidate for a middle form? Where in the design right here does it look okay?
I would say it's just emo.
Shuckling up a stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's he you know that's what happens when he goes in the Hot Topic. Mm-hmm. So it's perfectly acceptable. I mean, I mean, it's like realistically doesn't give a fuck.
He does have like a
it's the same teenager that will go to fucking McDonald's and fucking complain that you don't have ice cream and you're waiting fucking 45 minutes for the fucking
I want
ice
my
cream.
diet water. Oh my god. This water isn't even diet. Ugh.
And then aside from this,
but no, I mean, in terms of the design, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's worse. Now, Thwacky is
wacky. No, we'll go with that. There you go.
Fuck.
It's not the worst.
It looks great here. It looks great here in the 2D art style. This is one of those Pokemon that doesn't suffer when it sticks into 2D. But the moment you decide to try slapping the shit into the 3D side of things, that's where things start getting a little nice.
It looks like if you give it a method other than the regular level up way to evolve, it looks like it's Zarude.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's literally going to turn into Zarude. Like Rillaboom actually feels like the odd child on this in this lineup.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily go anywhere. Like, how do you go from this to this giant ass gorilla at the end? You know,
Zarude. It almost looks like Zarude was supposed to be this thing's final form, and then they voted against it.
Imagine if we still had sprites. Oh man, if we had the game similar to like Octopath Traveler in that 2D HD style, dude, I could tell you Pokemon would be thriving right now. Maybe.
Do you have the 3D one or not?
Yes, I do have the 3D one with me. It's just so disgusting. I don't feel like putting it on screen though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just hate Thwacky so goddamn much. I hate Drizzle so goddamn much. They, to me, killed the starter Pokemon for this generation, man. I've never in my wildest dream thought that there would ever be a day when a middle form would go out of my way to
That's why
kill.
KG hasn't gone outside and actually gone to freaking places that actually had emo people. But that's
Yeah,
crazy.
we'll not get to that one. But I mean, look at this. You tell me this is okay. Who thought that this lanky looking motherfucker would be okay to call a Pokemon? Look at that thing. It's literally like all they did was they just grabbed like some weird banana shaped body, slapped in some twigs for arms, and then put some weird marijuana weed on top of its head and called it the middle form man. Like nothing about this is great.
But at least it looks like
upper body looks. Its upper body looks very big compared to its lower body. Like if it leaned forward too hard, it would fall.
No, it can't even bend. It doesn't even look like it's bendable. It looks like as if that's just his neck that just goes all the way down to his leg. Just one singular bone there. There's no actual body movement for that thing.
it's not bad.
No, looks.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I think I find Rillaboom looking more like freaking
Rillaboom.
crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy
Rillaboom at
than
least
this.
still does a good job on it. At least you can at least agree
Yeah, but at
with
least
me with Drizzle here.
at least this looks like a real evolution of Grookey. At least
Then tell me this here.
Which Pokemon do you think has the best middle stage form?
Braixen.
Okay, all right.
That was fast.
What do you?
Well, that's
think,
because
Matt?
I already knew what I want to say for that one. No, but speaking real though, aside from Braixen, Grovyle is a great
best-
one.
Oh yeah,
Best-
Yeah, I love Girl Wild. I was gonna say.
yeah.
let's see, best middle form for me, probably Torchic, because I like
Oh,
Combuskin.
Combuskin? Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean the penis monster?
I mean,
I mean, look
looks
at
better.
it.
Well, it looks better than looks better than a lot of than the other. Well, okay, Grovyle looks good too.
I like Frogadier. Frogadier looks pretty cool.
I mean, I would say Combuskin and Grovyle have second.
The anime made Frogadier look fucking epic.
They're both.
Yeah, the anime saved them. No, they saved a particular few. Frogadier already could save itself on the 3D side of things.
Or Chespin. I don't want to deal with any of his stages. Chespin looks kind of dumb. Fucking
Quilladin.
is stupid. And Chestnut. I don't even. What?
Chestnut looks like he got shafted by a fucking NFL draft team.
I'm gonna make it, coach.
Just watch.
Yeah, because basically he put on the fucking gear and it's like it got rejected.
I know what they were going for. They were going for like an armadillo situation, but this does not work at all. Like it's just bad. It's just bad.
Someone told me this is okay. Someone tried to tell me this is okay over here. This is not okay. He has a real human face.
Worst episode of that stretch.
Oh God, Quilladin.
He killed X, Y, and Z.
Was
This motherfucker killed X, Y, and Z in one episode, man.
that in episode 2 in Next Crazy?
Yes, that was the second fucking episode of that.
I recognize it somehow.
Joke, I think, was that I know there was an episode where Quilladin was like really attracted to like Eevee or something.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I was like, couldn't remember
No,
the
I
plot.
thought it was a
like,
Sylveon at that point. No, actually, no. It
oh,
evolved
it's still
later.
Eevee.
Yeah, it was
The
still Eevee.
because Eevee was still in that stage where it was shy around like people in Pokemon.
Mhm.
Except
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know what sucks? There was no build up for it to come back ever again. Because it
No.
looked like it was written to come back later, but it never showed up again.
Yeah.
I'm like, we already have like Chespin as like the pathetic joke. We don't need Quilladin too. Like,
Didn't we get Chestnut to appear later after this one? Or was that
He's in a
an XY?
he's in a Clement episode. He's in a Clement episode where they have to invent something,
Mm-hmm.
and Chestnut happens to be like he's owned by one of the scientists at the lab and stuff. It's a weird episode.
It's a mess.
But go ahead.
No, I was like, I actually don't remember that one. I was like, was it an XYZ or was it an XY?
It was XYZ.
XYZ. I was like, I gotta Google this really quick.
Yeah, like Chestnut, they try. You can tell he was the least desirable looking one because they gave him so little appearances.
Oh yeah, Marsh Tom. Yeah, that's the Marsh Tom thing turned into a freaking like Shokotan turned that shit into a meme. Yeah,
Yeah,
because the fucking because like the dead face in the 3D, the 3D look, like its face in the 3D model, it looks like it's so deadpan. What did they do to Typhlosion? They treated it like shit.
I was like, poor Unfortunately,
they
Charizard exists. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, you know what they did with Typhlosion in 3D? They took out the flames in its back.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think they only used him when he's like attacking or something.
I want you guys to look at this guy. Tell me, look at it. Look at it.
Look at what?
This thing is not okay.
Oh, Marshtomp. Yeah,
Marshtomp.
I
he looks kind of weird.
I hate what they did to Marshtomp in the 3D transition.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah, he had
Marshtomp got the really bad treatment for 3D.
He had so much life when he was a sprite, and now he's this.
He's dead. He's now dead.
Like, yeah, he used to be a happy boy. Now he's a high
yeah, like basically like that.
Yep, his soul is sucked out of him. That's what it is.
The only reason I didn't pick Mudkip because Mudkip and Swampert are still good mons, and especially since Swampert gets a Mega Evolution, so they do a really good job with it. But here, just oh god, that Marshtomp stage is so it's a shame.
All right, so what about final evolutions then?
Final? Ooh, that's a tricky one. There's a lot of. They're all good.
There are some that I would say are not so good.
Torterra I don't like. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I never was a fan of the look.
I like the world tortoise mythology.
Yeah, but it's like let's see the best one for me.
Oh yeah, I wasn't too much a fan of Meganium. And I was like, sorry, like attacking the Chikorita.
I mean, Meganium is fine, but it's like it really is. It has no substance.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Somebody said Primarina. How dare you say that to my sea lion waifu?
Here's my problem with Primarina. Primarina's stage feels so geared towards it being a female, which is a shame because it only has a 12% chance of being a female.
Wasn't that the trend though for like a lot of Pokemon ever since Black and White?
All starters have a % chance of being female.
Yeah, it was in Black and White with Superior, then in X and Y with the breaks into Delphox line, Generation 7 with
Superior can be either male or female.
Well, for me, it's a three. For final evolution, it's a three-way tie. Sceptile, Typhlosion, and Inteleon.
As your worst?
Types. No, best.
Oh, I got scared there, buddy.
Those three are the best ones.
Sceptile's really good design-wise.
Sceptile I liked a lot. I guess for me, a Greninja for me.
Greninja's good.
I know mine is a basic-ass response, but I still like Charizard's at the end of the day.
It's a good final design.
Yeah, it still sticks till this day, man. There's a reason why people still, when they see that design, they instantly think, it's Charizard, you know what I mean?
Yep. After 20 years later, still you used to recognize him also to this day.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't have people hoarding $55,000 fucking cards, fucking first edition.
I should
Charizard
buy a
Hollows.
pack though. That's gonna cost me $5,000.
Apparently one of my friends from school though, he was asking about Charizard. He has like the holographic Charizard card, but then I was like, ooh, I don't know about the value on that. But then,
if it's first edition, it's like 50. That's like $50,000.
As long as it's in like pristine condition, though.
Like
he doesn't have first edition.
Why specifically that card? Because they made other cards.
They were saying there was a printing error.
I'll go into a little. I'll go into a little bit of a tangent about that because I remember reading a Pokemon trading card value book back in like 1999. And the Charizard first edition holo was the most expensive card in the book at $125. And that was 1999 money. and now it's just skyrocketed. But I still remember that because I actually bought that guide. I don't know if I still have it, but I remember it existing.
You know, I feel like I've owned the Charizard card before, and I don't know where it's at now, so I'm very sad that I probably had lost $55,000 worth of cash.
It sucks that it's worth so much. It's worth so much based off of the pure fact that it's in that set. And also, like, the sad part is that, like, playing wise, it's one of the worst. Even during its time, it was a shitty card.
Yeah. But it's because of the typos that made it such a big deal.
It's cost 4 fire energies in order to use Fire Spin, which does 100 damage. Discard 2 energy cards attached to Charizard in order to use this attack. That means you got to refill this thing up every time you want to attack. You can only play 1 energy per turn, too. So literally, you're just filling this thing up with energies. This thing can only attack once pretty much every other turn. It's a problem.
It seems like they don't now. Like the newer cards, though, now the energy levels is a lot higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now it does have a saving grace ability known as Energy Burn, where every energy attached to it can turn into a fire energy, but it can only be used if Charizard's not asleep, confused, or paralyzed.
Oh, so in other words, it's not gonna happen.
Right. So it's just like I don't know. It's not even that good of a card. I don't know why it's worth so much fucking money.
It's because of the typos, man.
Yeah. What? Yeah, because I think we were talking about that the other day with my classmates. They were saying if it has like some type of black line or something or a shadow, then they say it's like that's like a typo. Let's see.
Yeah.
From the other day because he was asking me that and I was like, ooh, like I don't. Like the trading cards, I'm like probably the least. Oh, here we go. It said the first print of the card is almost the most expensive. It doesn't have the outline shadow, so they're comparing it to the one that does have the outline shadow and the one that doesn't. That's like so that's the typo that's more expensive.
Yeah.
Weirdly, also talking about starters, Oshawott Final Evolved Samurai. This is weird. Normally the anime saves designs, but I think the anime ruined Samurai's design.
Yeah.
They made him like walk on 2 legs at some points.
I think so. Yeah, it just I don't know. It looks so awkward. In the games, it looks better, but in the anime,
I mean, even in Masters, it looks fucking better.
Yeah. But in the anime, it just
Because I have a Hilbert, and he has.
That's kind of crappy quality. I'm sorry, but I just have to pull it on Discord.
Okay. Let me see real quick. Oh, the shadowless.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me personally, if I was to say which is my worst, like, least favorite, I have a couple in particular. But let me start with some of the more recent ones that I dislike. Let's go to Generation 8 real quick. Let's talk about Cinderace.
He really doesn't like these starters.
I actually like it.
My problem with Cinderace is just how basic it is.
Really?
It doesn't.
Yeah, but the thing is though, unlike the 3 previous fucking generations, it doesn't share a second typing, so it actually is fucking useful.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the typings and whatnot. I'm talking about the design of it.
It looks like they really wanted to make this thing a firefighting though,
or play soccer.
Yeah, it looks like Captain Tsubasa turned into a bunny.
Unfortunately, they burnt themselves out with firefighting types because of Blaziken, Emboar, and freaking what was he? Oh,
Infernape.
Infernape. Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm. But Cinderace, I don't know. The only thing I think is weird about Cinderace to me is the little thing on top of his head, but I know why it's there, so I'm not too disturbed by it.
It's like a flame. It looks like a flame.
Yeah. I know why it's there, and it's to give it an otherwise. It
looks like Noibat's ears.
And it's to give it some uniqueness that otherwise wouldn't have been there if they didn't do it. It's just, it looks weird out of context.
Yeah. I mean, I really got nothing to say to this, man.
I don't like. This is gonna suck, but the anime helped, but I don't like Incineroar.
Yeah, and the 3D he looks a little awkward.
No, not even just that. Litten and Torracat were quadrupeds. I wanted a fucking quadruped cat, a fire cat, but no, we had to make it bipedal. And I'm just like, stop that shit.
No, it can be bipedal too. In the movie 20 film, it did that.
No, you mean quadruped?
Yeah, quadruped. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know, but I wanted like a natural, like a tiger. I wanted a fucking tiger. They didn't do it. I don't want this damn. I don't want this. I don't know. Sometimes I like when cats are on all fours. Pokemon have only started making the cats be on 2 legs now because of punk ass Team Rocket's Meowth.
Somebody says we do have a tiger cat.
No, I mean like Litten was going a direction and then they fucked it up in the final one.
You know which is another basic one in my opinion?
Do we
Venusaur.
Venusaur.
Well,
Do we have a tiger outside of Incineroar?
What now?
I'm not.
A tiger. I don't think we have another tiger outside of Incineroar.
Now let me think off the top of my head. No, not that I can think of, unless you count the beast Pokemon, but they're not tigers.
Yeah, I'm not counting Raikou. He's a saber-tooth tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger, someone says. Well, I guess there's that, yes.
Tyrannosaurus. No,
Now,
wrong
going
theory.
back to Venusaur for a second, I think Venusaur's is okay. It's not great, but it's not horrible. I think they.
I mean, at least the good thing is the evolutionary line makes sense in terms of the
Yeah.
in terms of the progression.
Consistent, yeah. I think it's the most consistent. It's
At least until you see him in Let's Go, where he starts hopping like a frog for some reason.
Oh Jesus!
I know he's a toad and all, but Jesus Christ.
so jarring. They could
I
have.
mean, yeah, it's like it weighs like fucking 400 pounds and it's just fucking bouncing around like nothing.
Causing
Bonga,
earthquakes every
bonga,
town it
bonga,
goes to.
bonga.
Yeah, it looks very jarring. It is very. They could have just had him walk normal,
Or walk fast.
or they could have had it so you can like ride on top of it while it walks. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Well, see, they should have fucking just had it walking. You know, you could ride on top of it.
yeah, because like they.
That makes sense.
It weighs 400 pounds. It should be able to carry a kid.
Yeah,
Pretty sure they
also-
can.
Yeah. Also, in addition to that, like, you're like if it's speed you're worried about, then don't make it your walk Pokemon. But Snorlax, they did that too, where you can ride on freaking Snorlax while it's walking. So
Yeah, you just hold on to its fur and.
Oh yeah, that's so. I see no reason why they could have had you just hold on to its tree and just do it that way. I don't know. I feel like that's the direction they should have went for Venusaur, but instead they went the frog route, and I don't like it. But I do like that it's like we said, the evolution is the most consistent out of the thing. It's a natural growth of Bulbasaur to Venusaur.
Yeah. I just think it just looks basic, is my opinion.
Yeah. Squirtle's is kind of and it's mainly because of Wartortle. It's Wartortle's fault.
Wartortle looks cool.
Oh, he looks cool, but what the fuck? Everybody
Yeah, what
was
happens at the end?
Yeah, like that. It's like a weird cloud.
I really don't know what they were thinking with the evolution line for some of them.
And then how come he gets wings for ears? Like what?
And then loses them immediately.
Right. It's such a what the fuck between the other two.
Remember, they were beta designs, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be something else or something separate.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about Blastoise's Pokken design.
Oh god, where he gets the
Wait, what Poké design?
The
Pokken tournament.
He gets actual legs, legs.
Wait,
and
what?
knees.
Yeah, they don't give him like the knee connected to the foot anymore. Now he just has legs.
He
No, I've never
basically
seen that
converted from
before.
Melee Bowser to Smash Ultimate Bowser.
I never saw that in
Pokken tournament.
Let me get the image for you so you can see it for yourself.
No, I'm curious now. Yeah, I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, right, I forgot. We're getting a Gigantamax Blastoise soon, aren't we?
Oh
I
yeah,
guess we are.
I think we're getting Gigantamax of all the stars. Well, Charizard already has one, but
Probably Venusaur too.
yeah, we're getting.
Yeah,
Venusaur.
I'm wondering if they're still gonna have Pokken in the Japanese arcades, but I'm pretty sure that.
I'm pretty sure they've been gone now.
Venusaur's Gigantamax looks fucking stupid to me.
It looks like the Mega Evolution, except just more big.
All they really did was just make the plant bigger,
That's it.
and it like overgrows him now, so it's like a bang over his eyes.
There you go. I put the image in the stream. Look at the legs. He
I
got
put it
legs
in-
for days, man.
Oh shit! Oh
It
wow!
looks so awkward. It looks so weird.
I love
Yeah, but
something.
at least it looks more consistent.
He's got noodle arms too.
Yeah, like it, but they're not noodle arms. Like they look plasticky.
Well, they did that because obviously he needs to reach. He needs range.
Yeah, I know. Apparently his legs is more defined.
Yeah.
One last thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna say, one thing that throws me off with this design, at least with all the Pokemon that exist in this entire goddamn game, I think it has to go to this particular feature. Who thought this was okay? This thing they call a cannon. This is the most off-putting design for a starter Pokemon, I would say.
Oh, the cannon?
It's actual... I don't even know what the hell that thing's supposed to be. Is that like part of his shell? Is that like a metal piece? I don't know.
I can't. It looks like it could be inside of a gun.
Oh, a lot of people actually really like the cannon.
Yeah, but why does it exist in the Pokemon?
So my theory, and here we go, in my visualization of what's going on here, the Kanto region, I've always felt that the Kanto region, since it's very science heavy, has radiation. Radiation that mutates Pokemon. It's the reason why a lot of Pokemon evolutions there are literally just like they're bigger than they used to be and nothing else changed, or they're three-headed versions of what existed because they're just mutations. So like Doduo is a mutation and it mutates further when it evolves into Dodrio. Muck, where Grimer mutates more, becomes Muck. Some of these mutations get involved with the Pokemon while they're evolving. So it gives things like Charmeleon now has wings as a Charizard. And as for Squirtle to Blastoise, it's become more mechanical. So the cannons become a part of its body structure. And that's why it's like that. It's stupid. It's a dumb theory, but it's like...
But to think that we have a power plant and other things like that.
Yeah, it's a dumb theory, but it's the only thing I got to justify those cannons on Blastoise's body.
Someone said that. How does the radiation explain Alolan Raichu?
Well, to me, like I said, Alolan Raichu, I made this theory just about the Kanto region, so this was before Sun and Moon even came out. So I can't make an explanation for that. I think the boring reason is that they wanted to give Raichu a second form to promote Alola variants and give more people a reason to catch Pikachu. The out of universe reason or the in universe reason, a lot of people say it's because of the damn pancakes. That is the dumbest fucking thing. Pancakes giving you psychic powers. I hate that.
I have to get me some Aunt Jemima, man.
It's time.
Radiation from the Z crystals changes Pikachu's body a little bit.
No, because somebody decided to microwave the pancakes at IHOP, and that's what the fuck.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh man, I miss IHOP now. I'm sad. I haven't had IHOP in months.
Donnie Hart said there's one flaw in music. No, Mew's existence actually makes the theory better because it's a science theme and Mew's a fetus.
I was gonna say, like, dude, you can't do carryout on IHOP over KG.
What?
You can't do carryout over there?
No, it's just the nearest IHOP for me is like at Coney Island, and I'm in Bay Parkway. So that's like very far off on each other.
Damn, you're like...
Yeah, I can't walk to an IHOP. I have to take at least one. I have to take a bus or two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for me, it's just only like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, if I'm 100% fair, I had sushi the first time, like yesterday, for the first time in like 5 months.
Oh wow.
So yeah, at least things are starting to get back, but still, it's like I can actually eat food that I care about again.
Oh wow, it's noisy outside. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
for Alligator, I wanted to talk, since we're still talking about starters. I think for Alligator is a weird final stage.
It is. Yeah.
Let's talk about that ass real quick though.
Yeah. I was going to bring it up, the Gen 3 sprite where it has the butt.
Even though it's not meant to be the butt, it's the tail.
Yeah, it's the tail. So awkward looking.
It is so weird. I don't know how to feel about it.
The anime me definitely saved it. Weirdly enough, the movie Genesect, the Genesect movie is like the one movie that actually makes Feraligatr look kind of good.
Yeah, Crocodile is the one that also looks weird though in between. Somebody mentioned it. It looks like a caveman.
Yeah, definitely. That one's kind of weird too. In fact, Feraligatr and Totodile look more similar to each other. Crocodile is just sort of there.
Yeah.
Similar to another Pokemon, I would think that's just sort of there for the middle form. Snivy's evolution.
Oh, Servine?
Yeah.
Servine.
Yeah. The
I
funny
hate
thing,
Servine.
yeah. The thing though is, it's like, Snivy goes from a biped to no legs. It just turns into a snake in the last one. I like Superior.
But you know what's so
Superior kicks
weird?
ass.
You know what's so weird about that evolution though?
Superior
He still has hands, yeah.
They're just tucked deep down.
They're still
Yeah.
like he grew, but his hands that are in the Snivy form never grew at all. That was the one thing that never grew.
Yeah, I think that's probably the main reason why they were like, we're not gonna evolve Ash's Snivy. It's too jarring.
At least it would have been nicer.
Plus,
as
it
Servine.
was the only income that Megami was getting because freaking rockets weren't around.
Mm.
Oh, that is true, actually. I mean, they still aren't as around as much, but at least here they're starting to get more frequent now. Dartrix 2, how do you turn into a handyman? Oh,
That is true.
That is true.
Dartrix is kind of weird. Dartrix is kind of weird. I actually get like when I see that one, I'm actually kind of in a hurry to turn it into Decidueye.
Yeah, that's me with Drizzile, man. I love Inteleon's look and everything. Just because I'm thinking about how it would look in like a anime form, I think that would look pretty cool. But goddamn, we have to go through that stupid middle form that I'm gonna hate. And
I'm
despise.
hoping that the anime will actually make it look better than what it has appeared.
I can't wait for the anime to just randomly have Sobble evolve into Inteleon without even showing off Drizzile whatsoever in the team. It's just gonna be like, why did it just randomly evolve into its final form? Don't worry about it.
I don't think that's possible.
No, it's not possible.
Hey man, listen, Gumi was this close to doing it in his whole
But
thing.
hey, like I said, Gigantamax in the anime, that'll be the best shit ever. We're gonna see the freaking, Inteleon turn into a fucking, gonna do 360 no scope on your ass.
Just Inteleon, look for Team Rocket for me. Okay. Just climbs all the way to the top and just finds the balloon. Pop. There you go.
I'm not aiming for the balloon.
That would be the best.
I'm not aiming for the balloon.
Oh no.
Jesse's face like explodes.
Aim it to the balloon.
It's like just has the noise.
Multi-kill.
Yeah.
Headshot.
Parameters, longitude, latitude, 30 clicks.
Who's the one saying this stuff?
It's a Inteleon. Like, he's got like a cigarette in his mouth.
Oh, UAV is online.
Right.
Target acquired.
Target acquired. He's got like a cigarette in his mouth. It's like it's a hard work, but it's a day's work.
As long as he says it's time to finish the fight, I will be happy.
I would actually pay to commission that. I would like to have an Inteleon just like holding a lit cigarette just behind him.
Yeah.
Trying to pop Team Rocket.
Oh, here I go killing again.
Professionals have standards, Inteleon. Man, I love Inteleon just because of the meme format for it. I know it's supposed to be a badass looking Pokemon, and it is, but the amount of memes you can get out of it is incredible.
Cigarettes and glasses, yeah,
yeah, but it got to be those shade glasses though. You know who would
it's got to be the James Bond glasses.
Yeah.
Wasted. No, you get
If Beat ever comes up in the show, do you expect his Hatchrum or Hatterene to be like in love with Beat, like James and Marini? No.
Yeah.
I don't expect that. In fact, I don't even expect Beat to show up in the show at all.
No.
Only because they need to use other characters, and Beat isn't necessarily one that I would say is.
I really don't know what they can do with them.
Yeah, it's really nothing because realistically, I feel that the current anime story doesn't know how to deal with it because like it can't really because remember we haven't even seen what's it called yet? Freaking
Marnie?
Chairman Rose. Like how the fuck are we gonna have that in
Who?
the anime?
Right.
Exactly.
Now,
Like,
if
how
only
the
the
fuck we're gonna have
Pokemon
Chairman
Twilight
Rose?
Wings was tied into.
Chairman Rose actually has a doorway, an opening doorway to be in the show because they do. Eternius does make his anime debut. Eternius shows up right before Ash and Go make it
Right.
to watch Leon's fight against Marnie.
Mhm.
So I could see that Chairman Rose would want to. I can see it now, actually. Ash and Leon are about to have a battle, and then Chairman Rose takes it upon himself to start taking the power of sorry, I'm almost saying
Eternatus.
Eternius, yeah. And then it becomes a whole battle and things like that. And then we get our final match between Ash and Leon after they do the whole Eternius stuff.
An episode he could appear in would probably be in the with the Leon versus Raihan fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, where he just shows up and commemorate. Like, I'm here to commemorate this battle, and everybody still thinks he's good.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that the anime has a potential to do something with that. But the only issue is that they're not always in Galar 100% of the time.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to say that their biggest problem is that they're not in Galar consistently enough to really utilize the story, which is sad because the story in Sword and Shield is
It needs
very
the anime to be fleshed out.
Yeah, it's just like the characters are solid. The characters in Galar are solid. They just aren't in the right story.
Exactly. That's my big issue with a lot of the more recent games nowadays, where it's like it's always one thing that's fantastic, but everything else is the thing that's holding it back from being perfect. Whether it be for Black and White, to many fans, they consider it to be either A, the best games of the Pokemon franchise to date, or even have the best sequel of all time to date, because it's actually a sequel story and not necessarily a reimagining of an already said story.
Right.
Yeah, and then you move into X and Y, where it's like there's nothing special about the
and there's there's no post game. It's like,
yeah.
and then we never get the answer with Zygarde until Gen 7.
Yeah, so
That's kinda
basically
And that was
cop-out.
annoying.
you
That
get
was
a
a
complete
cop-out,
story and then
cop-out.
move into something incomplete with places you can't even access, like that one part in the desert where they have these entrances that you think you can go into that you can't even access, and it's like, what's the point of this entire location?
Nothing.
There was potential written all over it, and you could tell that it was rushed in that moment. Then you go into Sun and Moon, where it's like, it's great, but there are some elements on it that just hold it back, like the cutscenes. And it's like, cutscenes are great and all, it's just more so the way they're telling the story that feels rather slow and doesn't necessarily move anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's still a great story. It's just more so the way they've established it in the games and how they portrayed the characters and all the cutscenes and whatnot. I feel like they overdid it with the cutscenes and made your character not really move much, aside from one block or something, and then suddenly you're in another cutscene and etc. Cutscenes are great to add to the story. I'm not saying they're not needed. I'm just saying they need to be utilized better and in proper areas where it would work better. Because my issue with cutscenes in Pokemon games in particular is how it's like, hey, it's you, the trainer, let's go meet in the Pokemon Center and we'll go from there. And then you have to walk to the Pokemon Center to then activate the next cutscene. I would like it if they would just transition you to the Pokemon Center instead of just making you walk there to then activate the other cutscene, It's stuff like that kind of cleans out the filler aspects of certain story elements and just go right to the point, from point A to point B, boom, and then you're done. Then you move on into the next thing. And people are still asking for voice acting for the cutscenes now.
No, that would be too expensive.
That
Wouldn't
also
it be the fact that it's too expensive? I think one of the things that Nintendo's been very prominent on it, and they've been letting go recently, but Nintendo's always been about like they want the character to be expressed through the player through the uh versus through the voice. Is the minute you give them a voice, unfortunately, that makes the character, and you could be wanting the character to sound a certain way, but then they sound a different way, and it just throws off the mix. Now,
Yeah. And it's
with
like I
everybody both talk.
yeah, like, and then when everybody does talk and it's like you're the only silent one, and it's like that feels so jarring, you know.
It feels jarring too because I think one of the things they did in Final Fantasy X when they tackled this issue, everybody talks, Titus included. But obviously, you can still name Titus whatever you want. So when they refer to Titus, they never refer to him by name. They always give him they always speak up to him using the pronoun that he is, or they'll say you, or he, something. Like they'll always do that for the sake of the story, so that they never say his name in a way where obviously you typed it in, they have to pronounce whatever the fuck you decided to make his name at the time. So that's the only thing I could think of is where everybody voices the trainer but you, but your voice. But like you said, that would be a problem too. Now the other solution would be, oh well, then just have them select their voices, like have a sample of voices. There's only so many voices you can record. Before, it's still, I don't know.
I get what you're trying to say. It's weird.
Voice samples, like, what's your character have? Voice 8? Oh, my character has voice 8 too. Like,
I don't know. I'm curious to see what they intend to do with future. Oh yeah, somebody says the multi-language. Oh god, that's gonna be a pain. I think that's where the money aspect is really gonna start throwing out. But it's like, they have the money, they have the budget. At least experiment with it. Try it.
They have the funds.
They can. And it's not like Pokemon is such a story-heavy game to begin with, where it's like gonna have hours and hours of voice acting. I would at least minimum expect like maybe 2 hours of voice acting, and that's going through different characters, and that's it. So I don't expect it to be such a hefty game to the likes of others that exist out there already. I don't know, man. It's just like, I think they should give it a shot at least. I don't know. Maybe not in one of the main games, or maybe like a spin-off, see where people think about the spin-offs and then work from there. They're kind of attempting that a little bit with Masters. Just a little bit. By just having like little grunt noises here and there for certain scenes. But that's it. You know. So I don't know. I'm genuinely interested to see what they intend to do with this stuff, man. Like Mystery Dungeon? Mystery Dungeon! I mean, Mystery Dungeon could work, can it? I don't know, like, I feel like for Mystery Dungeon, I think the storybook aspect is what sells it for me. So having no lines for that one is what's holding it. So I don't think I would like to see voice acting for it, only in the shorts, but that's it. And also, yeah, Mystery Dungeon is a script-heavy game. We're talking about like 20 to 40 hours of content there, man. With over 800 Pokemon you have to give lines to. Oh god, it's gonna be a mess. So no, I don't think it's ever going to get to that approach. If they have to take to like the approach of like Mystery Dungeon, you know, to do that sort of thing, no, thank you.
Again, we run into a problem with the imagination too. Some people like really just visualize what certain mons probably sound like in their heads, and it probably goes against what they probably are planning. Like they could have I don't know, like they could have Magikarp sounds have a grovelly voice when they wanted him to have a derpy voice or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's weird. I think the solution they had to it was to just do the anime specials, which they stopped doing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm curious to see where things will go for the future, though.
Yeah.
I hope they try somewhere around the line. That's all I'm asking.
It's tricky. I mean, look how long it took for Legend of Zelda to do some actual voice acting, and Link's still the only one that doesn't talk. He still does the hi, yeah.
And that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, he doesn't have an actual voice. Everybody else talks, not him though.
Yeah.
And
Also,
Mario still just does the occasional Italian phrases. He's never done like a full-fledged sentence.
oh no, but they've had voice acting with Sunshine. And you remember how Sunshine turned out to be, right?
Oh, come on. Oh yeah. And Bowser. Oh, I hate Bowser's voice in Sunshine. How dare you try to disrupt my vacation?
Mario! Like, he says it like that.
Back at it again, fucking up my vacation.
Mario had voice acting in the anime movie, yeah, but... Well, we might get voice acting for Mario
Shut up! We
real
don't
soon.
talk about...
You know, the Illumination film.
Oh my goodness.
You're not looking forward to the Illumination film?
Oh my god.
Well, though. Then, also, for some reason, I'm just scrolling through Twitter. There is a Twitter account that says SpongeBob frames in order. Does it?
What?
They're literally posting every single frame of SpongeBob in order every
Why?
like half an hour or so.
Why?
I don't know, but I love it. I'm just like scrolling through Twitter and just like watching this. It's great. I'm gonna just retweet one of them. But yeah, so that's a little random thing I just found on Twitter before I wrap things up for tonight. I think we pretty much got everything we kind of wanted to talk for tonight, did we?
Yeah, I think we've discussed everything worth talking about. Not much obviously is happening because of the freaking
Week.
delay. Yeah, because of the freaking delay. I know one thing is though, obviously the dub's not gonna be able to catch up to the sub, so that means the more dub episodes that happen, the closer we are getting to regular Pocket Monsters episodes coming in. So I think that's something to hope for.
Yeah. There's some changes happening. Let's hope something good comes out of this when they finally return.
I still hope that 2-parter episodes of Pokemon Journeys, they just show us both episodes in the same week at that point. I feel like that's a fair compromise. Just to it would go, hey, look, we lost a lot of weeks, so it's easy to just slap these 2 episodes on.
Yeah. I don't know how their schedule is like or how their workflow is when they make shows and whatnot.
They've done double features before in Pokemon.
Yeah, but we got to see if it's even possible to do that.
You got to also remember they have to work with the other shows that are also using that time slot, specifically Boruto.
Boo.
Right. Boo.
Some people said that 151 is where the actual series is going to start. So,
guys, if you had to choose between 2 episodes of Pokemon and Boruto, why would you choose 2 episodes of Pokemon?
Wait.
Wait, what now?
Wait,
you said why would you choose 2 episodes of Pokemon?
No, I'm saying, you know what they say, if you had to choose your worst anime ever, what would it be and why did you pick Boruto?
Oh, okay, because you didn't have that.
You said because you said why would you pick 2 episodes of Pokemon because it's the best.
No, I'm saying you're if you could have the choice between 2 episodes of Pokemon and Boruto, explain your reasoning for picking 2 episodes of Pokemon, because at that point it's very clear that's your answer.
Your answer is Boruto, obviously.
Your answer is not Boruto.
Yeah, so everybody, thank you guys so much, though, for being with us here tonight. I think we're going to call it a wrap right now since we've hit the 12 o'clock mark. I think it's a perfect time to wrap things up for tonight. There's a lot to look forward to later this week. We got things happening for everybody, for their channels, of course, and whatnot. So look forward to their Twitch channels, their YouTube channels. Look forward to that shenanigan. As for me, I'm going to be waiting for the reset for Dragalia later tonight because they're adding the Master Mode, and I am so scared for how this fight's going to go. Because Master Mode is the new hard game content for this game, and recently I tried out one mode in particular, Expert Volk, which was considered to be one of the tougher fights in the game so far, and they had a recent update for the game not too long ago, just literally a day ago. where they included some additional patches and things that I feel turned this game from, oh my god, it's fun, to, oh my god, what the hell is going on in this game?
Wow.
Yeah, the I completed one of the toughest fights in this game in under 2 minutes. In just 2 minutes, when it originally took for me at best like 7 to 8 minutes to complete one of the boss fights. Now it's shortened down to 2 minutes because of the patch updates.
Huh.
And it's incredible how ridiculous this is now. I love everything about this new update. It's stupidly good. Like, it's so broken that they have no idea what they've just caused into Dragalia Lost. They made it so busted now. If you've been playing this game since day one, have been playing it consistently and trying out all the hard game content and whatnot, and you get to this point with the patch update, boy, does this patch update make everything go from 0 to 100 real quick for you. And it's for the better, though, for real. I love it. It's stupid shenanigans all over the place. But anywho, I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to call it a wrap, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. I may or may not try something for tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to be doing for tomorrow. I'm pretty confident we're going to probably be doing recordings, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we're doing Pokemon Black.
You know what I'm always so confused with, though? Because we do the recordings for them. How come we never do the live streams of the recordings?
I don't know why we don't have those. I think it's just because we've been so used to doing the commentaries and then posting them up.
Yeah, but I think it would also be nice for like the Twitch viewers to get like some exclusive content before they get dropped.
I mean, I guess that would be cool. I just would wonder how. I'm trying to wonder how that format would go. I guess we would still record everything, the vocals and everything, and then just post it on the. And then just, I guess we'll still have to upload the part when it happens.
Yeah.
I just know we'll be parts ahead. So, for example, I'm uploading Black Part 3 soon, so that means we'll be doing a commentary on Black Part 8. It's literally like a manga and anime situation.
Oh yeah, Tyrone, why don't you do premieres?
World premieres.
Yeah, you could do that for your videos.
You can.
What do you mean?
Like, actually do world premieres. Like, have your videos set at a specific time to where they can upload and have people watch it live as it drops.
Oh, that. I don't know. I don't know why I haven't done that. I just didn't think about it.
Well,
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive. For real, you gotta try that, though, eventually.
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Hey, KG, would you ever consider doing a live competition in Sword and Shield for the Twitch Discord community? No. Only because I'm not competitive.
Dang.
Tyrone, though, you, on the other hand, would be the perfect candidate for that, though.
Wait, like competitive battling?
Yeah, you are the one I would think would be in the competitive scene.
Yeah. The minute I get the computer and everything, and then put the Elgato to it, I can do competitive battling.
Yeah, so I may not be able to do it, but Tyrone here can, and I'll still join along for his commentary stuff.
I know we need to actually bring the card game back. We need to do that again. That was fun when we did the card game streams.
Uno's?
No, Pokemon cards.
Oh, that too. I was thinking it was either orange juice.
I
I was thinking everything else but the Pokemon one.
Uno's fun too. Like I miss when we did our own Uno stuff too. So yeah, just like a tabletop. If we move the day, we can make like a tabletop Tuesdays or something.
That would be fun though, but we have to chat with everybody first, see what they think of
Yeah,
that.
we would have to talk with everybody and say, hey, you guys want to do Uno and Pokemon cards and other tabletop based games.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Only just because I always love recording games that we normally never do.
Yeah, the Jackbox games I think count as tabletop, even though obviously they're digital, but I count that as a tabletop.
KG, what about a card against humanity for all time's sake? Aww.
Oh yeah, and we haven't done that in a while either. We have a lot of like fun little side things.
I think that would be perfect. I have the perfect song to play in the background when we do it too. We need to do a lot of things, and hopefully we can. Just keep letting us know in Twitter, all that stuff over at JPR's Discord. let us know what you guys would like for us to see and attempt to do. And then if we get a lot of feedback from that about a particular thing, we will definitely keep that in consideration for future content. You know, we always love trying out new things. It's just so we just want to make sure the community would also like to see that too, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll see where things go for that. But I guess until then, everybody, thank you guys so much for being with us here tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And look forward to more silly shenanigans from us later down the road. And until then, everybody, my name's KG Prestige. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. And as always, have yourself an awesome day. Bye, everyone.
Wear your mask. Bye-bye.
Bye.